Alright, hello everyone and welcome. My name is Enod and we are in Grand Arena. We are in Season 1, Week 3, Round 3, the finals. Tonight I am up against Darth Mysterious from the guild H.A. Kashyyyk. So he has a pretty good roster, as everyone does nowadays. He is working on his relics slowly, just like I am, which is good to see. Pretty much everyone in my Grand Arena bracket is working on their relics kind of like I am. Very, very slowly, kind of holding the materials, waiting for that next meta to come out. So that is good to see. It actually gives me a little bit of hope for the final bracket, which is coming up in a couple of days. So yeah, tonight we are up against this guy, Gear 13s. Of course, he's got his Darth Revan team, Revan Malik Bastila. He's got his Grievous, his Brood Alpha, and a couple of the other Geonosians. He's got Asajj and Zombie. So he's got a couple of really nice Gear 13s. Let's go over to the Discord window and let's take a quick look at our comparison here. Oh, this is nice. So they've added a relic comparison into the DSR bot. That's very nice. So he's got more relics than I do. Not that it matters, but I have one tier 3 over his 0. Our GP, we're even on our top 80. I've got 100k more than he does overall. Not that big of a deal. We're both competitive in the arenas. And if we look at our GA stats here, this is, I have more offensive wins than he does. I have one less underdog win, so he is very confident in his abilities to underdog on offense. He has a couple more defensive wins, so he goes maybe a little bit heavier on defense. Banners, I have a few more banners than he does, and zones cleared, I have more zones clear. So I may be either better on offense or I save more for my offense. That might be kind of typical, as I like to full clear all of my opponents, so I definitely save enough so that I can be sure to full clear. If we look at our roster here, he has 3 more Zetas than I have. I have more Gear 11s. He has more Gear 12s. That's pretty normal. We're pretty even on our Gear 12 pieces that we have, as well as... Oh, so Gear 12 plus pieces I have more by quite a bit. And Gear 13, we are pretty even. He's got 1 additional Gear 13. We look at our mods. This is going to be the big difference. So I have way more 6-dot mods than he does. However, his quality high-end mods are better. He has more plus 20s and more plus 25s than I do. And our plus 15s are about even. So we are pretty even on the average mods, but he has a clear advantage on the high-end mods. And our offenses, we're pretty equal on, which that's kind of rare. Usually I have way more offensive mods than other people do, and that's just because my luck has not been with speed rolling, it's been with offense rolling, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so there's the comparison, and we can go in and let's take a look at, well, before we go in and look at our defenses, we'll go and review rounds 1 and 2. So round 1, I was against Peak. He was not able to clear my Darth Revan. He took 3 attempts at it. I thought it was 4. He one-shot everything else, but was not able to beat my Darth Revan. I was able to one-shot his Darth Revan with my Padme squad. I was very happy about that, because that's not something that I usually can do. And I one-shot all of his other teams. Came out with 1903 banners, so that was a pretty good round. Round 2, I was against Ultimo Jedi. Ultimo Jedi was not able to clear my back zone. So this was a different defense than I would normally set. So when I looked through his inventory, I noticed that he had the Grievous Suicide Squad. So rather than rather than place my Darth Revan on defense, I saved it for offense, because as in addition to my Darth Revan, in addition to him having the Grievous Suicide Squad, he also had a slower Bastila Fallen, significantly slower. So I knew that if he placed his Darth Revan on defense, I could save my Darth Revan and I could beat him. Whereas if I did not save my Darth Revan, then I would have had probably some trouble. So what I did instead is front zone, I put my normal counter to Darth Revan, which was my Padme squad, and I put my General Grievous. And then behind that, I hid my Jedi Revan. And as you can see, the Jedi Revan gave him some trouble. So what I have to assume happened is when he saw this, he was like, okay, he didn't save either of his Revans for defense, so he probably took Jedi Revan to counter my Grievous, or maybe Darth Revan, and then his Jedi Revan countered the other. And so when he got into the back, he was unable to take care of my Jedi Revan because he used both of his counters for it. So that was kind of rough for him. I down here had Jango Bounty Hunters, Night Sisters, and then I had kind of crappier teams back here, Carth and Wig's team. So I ended up with 1917 banners. I did full clear him. I'm pretty sure that he was hiding his Darth Revan in the back wall, if I remember correctly. Yep, there is his Darth Revan hiding in the back wall. But I was able to take it out with my Darth Revan and got some decent banners for it, and everything else was one shot. So that was a pretty good battle. I was really excited about that. I was excited about being able to save my Darth Revan for offense. It was real fun. But that was not the case with Darth Mysterious. So he did not have Grievous Suicide Squad, and with him having faster mods, while my Bastila was slightly faster than his Bastila, I figured that it was better for me to place mine on defense and let him try to mirror match it. But this is going to be interesting because while I went with my normal defensive teams, we'll go over that real quick. Bottom zone, I did a Jango-led Bounty Hunters. I did this to prevent him from being able to use Troopers. He did the same thing to me. And then I have my Night Sister team. Unfortunately, my Spirit's not geared up yet. And then I've got behind that my Carth and my Ewoks. So pretty weak teams in the back on both sides. I've got Wigs, Rebels, and a Jin-led Rogue One team. And then in the top zone, I've got my Grievous and my Darth Revan. So nothing really spectacular on my back zones, and then the top zone is the harder zone. Now his defense, he's got his Gear 13 Saj and Zombie leading the other Night Sisters here. Out of curiosity, I need to find out what Zeta this is on his Talzin. It is the lead, it is not Plague Bearer, so that's good. I have not really looked at his mods at all. Seeing that she had pretty low damage is encouraging to me. His Daka looks like is built for speed with potency, 99 speed, 65% potency. Oddly enough, has some decent damage, for a Daka. But this should still be no problem for my normal Night Sister counter. This is probably the battle that I'm going to do first. 13,000 additional health on Zombie, 105 speed. Pretty well modded Zombie. This is going to be the big threat probably, is Spirit. A lot of crit damage there. So 216 crit damage, good speed. Not as much offense though. Only 3,400 offense, so that's not as scary as some Night Sister teams that I've seen, so I should be able to take care of that. But then the bottom zone. So he set his, of course, he set his bounty hunter team under a Django lead. He did that to deny my troopers. And that may or may not deny my troopers, but I'm not going to take my troopers against this team anyways. I've been thinking about this for a while. I don't think that my troopers... So his Bosk will go first. And in addition to that, he's got the pre-taunt of Shore Trooper. Now, Shore Trooper is only gear 10, so he's squishy. Even though Bosk is going to be able to taunt immediately, I'm pretty sure that I could one-shot his Shore Trooper before he gets the taunt off. I mean, maybe not. That is quite a bit of health and protection. But at the very least, I would be able to dispel the taunts from both Bosk and Shore Trooper and maybe concentrate on someone else. But I really, I'm pretty much sure that I'm going to be JTRing the bounty hunters. He does not have the Django lead, so I don't really have to worry about the turn meter gain being prevented from the burning. That shouldn't be bad. But the Jedi Revan is what worries me. So, against Jedi Revan, my counter is pretty much going to be a Jedi Revan mirror match. Now, if in that back zone he has set his General Grievous team, which is very likely, I will have a lot of trouble. Now, I do have Padme, and Padme can beat General Grievous. I don't like using Padme against General Grievous. It would be a low banner victory. But I don't know that I have much choice. So it'd probably be a Jedi Revan mirror match and a Padme versus General Grievous if he's got that in the back. So the problem would come in if he has set his Darth Revan also on defense. So if he sets his Darth Revan on defense, that means that I will have no way to clear Darth Revan and Jedi Revan and Grievous. So if he sets all three of the teams, I'm going to be in some serious trouble. So I also, in looking at his roster, he had some pretty decent clones with the Zetas on them. Not all of them Zeted, but I do believe Fives and Rex were. So that could also be a little bit of a problem. I would plan on using my CLS against that, but CLS is also my Darth Revan cleanup team. So yeah, we could be in some trouble. We may not get a full clear if he has set a really tough defense. But we're going to go in against this top zone. We're going to see what's in the back. And then we'll decide what to do after we see what's in this back zone. So we're going to start off with the tougher of these two teams. Yes, true. If he has set all three of those teams on defense, he will not be able to clear my front wall. Without Darth Revan, Padme, well, he would still have Padme, but Padme would only be good against one of those two teams, either Grievous or Darth Revan. CLS, maybe against Grievous, but that is a long shot nowadays. Traya against it, also a fairly long shot. But the chances of him actually clearing are pretty slim if he has set such a high defense. But let's see what he's got in the back here, and we'll go from there. Hopefully my game's not going to freeze up on me. Ever since they patched this, ever since they released the relics, the game has just been running like absolute garbage. I really I don't like anything about the update. I don't like the relics. I don't like anything about it. But that's a conversation for another time. So we're gonna go in Geos against the Night Sisters. This is a pretty solid counter. I've never had it fail on me. It's usually 60 banners, like 95% of the time it is a 60 banner win, and I do love that. So we are gonna go in here and Well, the upgrade button. Yeah, I guess that's a decent thing. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna do as much damage as we can here. We're gonna try to get these ability blocks spread out on the people that can really mess us up on. We're gonna start going for some kills here very shortly. And this is absolutely amazing. I am like, everything is going right so far for me. So I'm able to ability block. I'm able to, there's the first res is down. As long as I can keep Asajj ability blocked so that they don't dispel my buffs, keep Talzin ability blocked so that there's no plague. Unfortunately, they did get that plague off, but I will be able to cleanse it, so that's not that big of a deal. It would have been nice if it never went off, but I can live with it. Okay, so here's the cleanse. We're gonna keep that ability block on. It didn't land, but that'll be the second kill. Hello, Methos. Nice to see a new face. Alright, so we're gonna be going after Daka now. Let's get her out of there. Next will be Talzin. We'll take her out. Then will be Asajj. If I can get through this damn zombie that's constantly taunting. Let's cleanse those stuns. Oh my goodness. That zombie, man. Okay, come on. Die, Asajj. Die. Once I get through Asajj, the rest of this will be a piece of cake. Okay, let's heal up some. Okay, so Asajj is down. Now we're going to basic auto on zombie until I'm full health and full protection. Actually, I can do a full auto. I do have an AoE from the Brood Alpha, but that's not that big of a deal because of the Spirit's foresight. But I do want to be able to get the heal off from the Brood Alpha. That's why I want it on full auto. And once that heal goes off, then I'll change my focus over to Spirit. There's the heal, so we're focused now on Spirit. We'll kill her off. And then we'll kill Zombie, and that'll be a nice easy 60 banners against a pretty nice Night Sister team with 2 Gear 13s. Okay, so that's the first battle. We are 60 banners in. My opponent still has not attacked any of my teams. Geos against Night Sisters are very consistent. I have never lost with mine. I have heard of people losing, so if you're going against a Talzin lead, it is much more difficult. Still doable, but much more difficult, and much more difficult if you win to get 60 banners. If it's an Asajj-led team, even if it has Nest in there, you can get 60 banners pretty easily. The problem comes when they are extremely well modded and have Talzin lead. And if you don't play it right, you can lose. I mean, I've seen it happen. It's never happened to me, but Like one of the last GAs, someone had a, it might have been even one of these previous rounds, maybe against this guy. Someone had an Asajj-led, or not Asajj, a Talzin-led Night Sister team. I took my Geos in. I won, but I only got 50 banners. Yeah, so it wasn't him. It wasn't him. Yeah, so I don't know which one it was. But it can get kind of sketch under a Talzin lead. But if it's not a Talzin lead, you're pretty much going to win 100%. Like I said, the only times that it's really going to be sketchy, Talzin lead and very, very well modded Gear 13. If they're Gear 12 and you're Gear 12, you're probably going to win. But I mean, I love my Geos as a counter for Night Sisters. Mine aren't the best modded, but I do have, like, I have probably my D or E tier mods maybe on them. Maybe even less than that. And they, I mean, you just saw them manhandle those Night Sisters. Okay, so now we've got First Order. This is not a very well modded First Order team. My Stark is faster than their First Order officer if... Alright, good night, Jake. Yeah, man, you gotta fix that. Alright, so his First Order officer is 241. Crew gives 30, so that puts him at 281. That actually might be faster than my... Is it 30 speed? Plus 30. And I said 241, right? So that'd be 271. Yeah, so he'd be 271. My Stark is, I believe, 256. $255. Alright, so I will be a little faster than his First Order officer. And that should be fast enough. You know, you don't need to be much faster, you just need to be faster. So with this, I should be able to take care of this this team. Yep, there we go. So we'll focus here on the Fu. Try to get him out as quickly as we can. There we go. And next we're going to focus here on the Executioner. Try to get the Executioner on out. Let's go ahead and increase some cooldowns there. There we go, he's gone. Now I kind of want to focus on Kylo Ren. I want to stop those AoEs if possible. Alright, good. He got dazed, which is awesome. Okay, well, unfortunately. We're stuck behind a taunt here, but he's gone now. Okay, try to get a daze, kill him with assists and stuff. Alright. Okay, so it's not going to be 60 banners because I'm pretty low on protection on Death Trooper, but it should be a 59, which is a pretty good win. And I got to use my Imperial Troopers. Okay, so behind door number 1 we have Bugs and a Carth team. The Carth team is not a huge threat. Should be able to EP that one, but that'll take my Thrawn. The Bugs will have to be a Traya counter. I was kind of expecting to see the Bugs. And I mean, those are pretty well geared Bugs, and having a Gear 13 spy does kind of scare me a bit. because Spy can hit really hard. But it's probably still going to be a Traya counter. I really don't have anything else that I'm prepared to throw against it. Okay. So now we have Jedi Revan and we have Bounty Hunters. So I was really hoping that the top zone would have one of the other teams that I was expecting, like a Grievous or a Darth Revan. Unfortunately, it didn't. It had the bugs. So back here, what we're gonna see is probably clones and something else. So we've got to see what's going to be behind here before we can pick on those bugs and the Carth team. So first, we're going against this Bounty Hunter team. And against the Bounty Hunters, we're going to use our JTR. So while he does have the Shore Trooper in there for the pre-taunt, actually I don't need all the droids. I'd rather save R2 for the Padme squad, and we'll use Resistance Trooper. Actually, no, we're gonna save 3PO. We're gonna use R2. I'd rather have the AoE for the hopefully mass exposes. It bites me in the butt sometimes if I don't use R2. Having him have the stealth and foresight is also very helpful. So we're going to use this. Finn is very helpful for the protection recovery and the stun. Resistance Trooper, it's nice to have that buff dispel if they get the taunts off. Yeah, so we're going to do this. Hopefully we're going to end up with high banners. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to be tossing out some exposes, hopefully. Awesome, I got some good exposes, good expose on Bosk, at the very least. We've got to try to keep these guys under control. Kind of nervous about Embo's big shot with his hat. I'm not as worried about these other guys with their initial moves. They're going to AoE. Just trying to keep these guys exposed and get a stun. Yeah, that's awesome. That's very, very helpful. Keep them exposed if I can, so that they don't, so that they keep continuously lose turn meter. Good, I got that dodge. That was very helpful. Okay. Good. All right, so we got exposed on pretty much everyone. So we are doing nice. So we just got some protection to heal back on these guys. Let's throw an ability block over there. Alright. Illuminated Destiny. We'll go ahead and hit you. At this point, I kind of want to extend the fight if I can. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to extend it very much, if at all. Nope. Alright, so it's gonna be, what, like 57 banners? Yeah, 57. So that's unfortunate, but there's no way to recover that protection on Finn and Finn R2 and Resistance Trooper. I just couldn't get enough protection recovery. That's alright. Let's go in against this Jedi Revan team now. And we're going to mirror match this. What's his 5th Jedi? It's Hoda. Alright, so the question is, would I be able to format it? If I could format it and save Hoda, don't know if I would have the DPS. I think I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe and do a full-on mirror match. Ezra can be used in my rebel team. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this. Jedi Revan mirror match. I'm not gonna risk it. It's possible that I could beat it with 4-man, but I'd much rather just be sure on it. So let's go after Yoda first. We're gonna try to get that early kill. There we go. Now let's mark his Revan so he doesn't get his mark off. Get some buffs here. Steal the stealth. We'll spread the buffs. And let's finish off Revan. And Jolie's gonna go and res him, but that's alright. We'll start working on Revan. Or start working on Jolie, rather. Okay, let's go back, kill off Jedi Revan here. And we're working on Jolie. Let's try to stun Bastila. There we go. Get rid of their foresight. Steal their buffs too. Toss those around. Okay, let's just get some damage in there. Heal up some of that protection. Keep working on him. Let's toss this over to Yoda. Steal the stealth and those buffs. And we're gonna toss this back over to Jolie because he's low on protection. We try to stack that protection on him. Go ahead and just do that. Alright, so everyone's full protection at the moment. Spread the foresight again. And we'll toss this over onto him, because again, he was a little bit low. Get rid of the foresight, do a big hit. Almost got him. Okay, get rid of the foresight, and let's kill him. Should be 60 banners right now. Good job. 60 banners. Pat myself on the back. Okay, so behind door number 2, if we see Darth Revan and Grievous, we're screwed. If we see Darth Revan and clones, we might be screwed. If we see clones and Grievous, we should be alright. Let's see what we have. Grievous and Kira. Okay. So Grievous, it is kind of unfortunate, but Padme should be able to take care of him. And the Kira team, I'm not sure what I'll do. I do have CLS still. And I have Palpatine. So Palpatine with Thrawn will probably go against that Carth team. And CLS undersized against the Kira team. Most likely is what's going to happen. Alright, but we're going to go against the 2 most difficult squads first. And we're going to start with this one, because this one's actually more scary. So the bugs, we are going to take our Sith. We're going to take... So a lot of people do just Traya and Scion. Some people do Traya, Scion, and Nihilus. What I prefer is taking Traya and some random Sith. A lot of the time I will not fill up the 5th slot and just go with 4. But this is a really high gear Geonosian team. And things could easily go wrong. So having like Maul and Sidious are gonna be, they're there to die. And Sith Assassin again is gonna die. I could throw Nihilus in there as well, instead of Sith Assassin, for instance. But if I could save Nihilus for, like, the Palpatine team, it'd be very helpful. Now the question is, do I need Nihilus for that Empire team? I really don't. I would be using Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, and then I've got, you know, a bunch of other Empire that I could throw in there. Whereas if I use Nihilus in here, he would make a good tank until Scion either dies or starts getting his starts getting the pain out there and all that stuff. That's really what these other characters are there for. Traya's leadership is the damage output. Scion's the tank, but you need someone to take hits away from Traya. Traya has to survive, and Scion has to survive. And having, I think I am going to use Nihilus. Having the extra AoE would be very helpful. Him having the ability to annihilate if things go really bad and it's and it goes like all the way to the end, will be very helpful. So we're gonna do this. Maul and Sidious are gonna die. Hopefully no one else dies. But with a Gear 13 spy, like, that's why I want to go in with the full man team. That Gear 13 spy is very scary to me, because the big threat of this team is Spy with his one-shot capability, which he is probably going to use right now. Okay, so he used it against Nihilus, and Nihilus survived. We're alright. Let's go ahead and do this. I want to reduce the cooldown on Scion so that Scion can get his Held by Hatred up as soon as possible. Okay, we're doing alright. Doesn't really matter who I hit. Doesn't matter who dodges me, I should say. Alright. So Spy's one-shot ability is probably up now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to annihilate the Brood Alpha. Doesn't matter who I hit here. And there goes Scion. So that's what I was afraid of. That's what I was pretty sure was going to happen. Let's see if we can't. Okay, good. We got him. Alright. But that is precisely the reason why I wanted to bring in a lot of people. That Spy's one-shot capability is very, very scary. So 49 banners. It's about what you can expect when you try to run Traya against that team. Unfortunately, there's just not much that you can do that's going to be better than Traya against those bugs. So now we're going to go against the next most difficult team here, which is this General Grievous team. So General Grievous is going to take the Padme squad. So we get you, and you. The question is, do I want to put Barriss in instead of 3PO? I don't think I do. I think we're gonna leave it with this. Or do I want to bring in? No. Yeah, we'll do 3PO. I think 3PO is probably the best. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Oh, he doesn't have Magna Guard. Oh, that is just... that's awesome to me. Alright, so we're gonna start out giving this to Padme so she can start getting some protection up. We're gonna save the AoE. Or will we save the AoE? Yeah, we'll use the AoE. And let's start getting... Should I start getting stacks down, or should I... No, I'm gonna focus on B2. Let's be smart and do what I know. Gotta focus down B2. He is... he's just a huge threat. We'll get rid of... Should we get... No, we're gonna keep the extortion. Let's just try to get B2 out. There's the big AoE, which did almost nothing. We'll get rid of the damage immunity over here. And... let's see if we can't remove turn meter from him. Okay, we're going after the Droideka because of his one-shot ability. It's really nasty. There he goes, big AoE coming in. Greaves is starting to get really mad. Okay, let's start getting rid of some stacks over here. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, so he's not going to be able to heal as much because he doesn't have very many stacks. Start going after Mr. Newt. Let's see here. I should be able to stun him. I don't think it'll take him... Oh, it did take him to below. I was hoping that wasn't going to take him below max health, but that's alright. So we're perfectly fine here. Just keep focusing him down. There we go. Now, if I can bring it back around to Padme, she can get that heal off, make sure everyone's topped off, and we're going to be good. Unfortunately, she's not max health now. Alright, well, that's that. So, 56 banners. I did get full protection on 2, which helped to negate the not full health on Ahsoka. So 56 banners is not bad. Okay, so those were the elephants in the room. So we're definitely looking at a full clear. Now it's just a matter of how efficient can we be on these last 2 teams. It looks like my game is messing up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we have Scoundrels. Not very good Scoundrels, but Scoundrels, and that's not good. We already lost another member. Alright, so we have Carth team, which is going to be the more difficult of the 2. Okay, I've got Nest. Can my Nest take out this team? I think it can. Low potency, so the healing immunity probably won't land there. They have the stun here. Pretty low potency. Can't be evaded, but it doesn't say it can't be resisted. I think it can be resisted. Yeah, I think my Nest should be able to handle that team. I'm probably gonna Nest that. Okay, but we're gonna go in here. Let's use... No, I think I'm gonna CLS the other one. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna do things that I know are gonna work. So over here we're gonna use our Palpatine team. Use Tarkin for the turn meter reduction. Let's throw in Wampa as the 5th for that daze. And this should be perfectly fine. So we're gonna fracture Zalbar so he doesn't taunt. Alright, so not very many debuffs out there. Do that. Let's go ahead and fracture Zalbar, prevent that taunt. Get some debuffs, get rid of turn meter. Go for stuns. How many stuns? No stuns. Actually, I think I did get a stun on him, but that's nothing. Alright, we'll work on mission, I suppose. I should have ability blocked Juhani, actually. It's alright. Okay, so we're gonna get a kill here, which is gonna pop the debuffs, which is gonna give me turn meter. Maybe? Didn't get like any turn meter. Ability block. Alright, there's that ability block. Let's go ahead and get some turn meter, or not turn meter, the protection back there. I want to avoid getting her below full health until Zalbar is either shocked, there we go, or fractured. Okay, so we're good here. It's a definite win. Get rid of that turn meter. I'm not doing the big hits. Trying to get around to the protection recovery again, so that I can try to top off protection on these last couple guys. And I should be able to. Okay, that should be full protection, I believe, on everyone. I'm not actually sure if it's full protection on Wampa or not. Just can't quite see behind that, but I think it is. But if I can get over to one more protection recovery, I will toss it. Nope, wasn't able to, but it was 60 banners. Alright. I was debating doing Wampa, or not Wampa, Nest solo back here, but I'd rather just go with what I know is gonna work 100%, and that's gonna be CLS Han and Chewie. So we can 3v5 this one. I don't need the undersized battle. I think I'm done with all the undersized battles, but this is more than enough to take care of this this squad. So we'll go ahead and we'll take it out, and we'll call it a day. First, I'm gonna aim after IG-88. Yeah, I want to get rid of the ones that have the AoE, really. And I can do this before Vandor gets prepared. Let's try to toss a stun over here. Alright, perfect. Now if we can just regen that little bit of protection over on Luke. There we go. So 62, perfect. Full health, full protection on everyone. Alright, so we're gonna have to find out what kind of an average we got on banners here. 1903, pretty good. 8, that is a almost 58 banner average. So he's got to get 58 on average to beat me, which is possible. But some of those teams are gonna drag him down on banners. So he's gonna get low banners on Darth Revan. And that's just the nature of the beast. He's gonna get low banners on Grievous. That's the nature of the beast. He'll probably get pretty high banners on the Jango Bounty Hunters, and all the teams in the back pretty much are going to be pretty high banners. But so a 58 banner average is definitely possible. I don't know if it's going to happen though. If we take a look back here at, so he wasn't able to clear, and this guy, it was a different defense and he wasn't able to clear either. So unfortunately I don't have a good reference to go on right there, but it is definitely doable. So we will have to just see what happens. This was for the championship, so it could get 2 more Zetas if I win. That full clear, even though it wasn't the most efficient, did allow me to get my rank back up, so I'm at number 38. And I've got this 200 buff gain feat completed. And yeah, so this is the only other feat that I haven't completed that I could complete. So 38. It's nice being on the top of those leaderboards. I kind of like that. Okay, I'm number 1 in the guild by a long shot. But that is why we do not do well in territory war. Anyways, that was Grand Arena Championships Season 3, Week 3, or Season 1, Week 3, Round 3 for the championships. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, if you want to get in touch with me, link to my Discord is also in the description, as well as timestamps for all of the videos, but at the end of this video it's kind of worthless to mention that. So yeah, if you liked it, please give it a like, give me a subscribe, and I will see you in the next round of Grand Arena, where we will have relics. Oh boy. So anyways, have a good one.